So hi, I'm Ken. I'll be your instructor for the next, 10-15 minutes. So today we're going to do the Six Syllables Qi Gong. So this is an ancient set. Qi Gong is energy work or breath work. So we'll be coordinating the movements of the body with the movements of the breath. It's quite simple movements, and we're going to be mouthing some words. So these 6 syllables are to do with the 5 elements inside the body. These 6 syllables are to do with the 5 elements. 6, 5. We'll talk about the 6th one when we get to that. Okay, but the 5 elements are fire, water, wood, earth, and metal. And these elements, they correspond, in traditional Chinese medicine, they correspond with different organs inside your body. So the liver is to do with the wood element, the heart is to do with the fire element, the stomach to do with the earth element, the kidneys to do with the water element, and the lungs to do with the metal element. Okay, so in traditional Chinese medicine, they believe, and I believe as well, that unexpressed emotions can fester inside your body. And in traditional Chinese medicine, they believe that these different emotions, they fester in different organs inside the body. Say, for instance, your liver is the place where you hold on to unresolved anger. If you don't express that anger, I'm not saying go out and have a fight or anything there, but if you don't express that anger, it can fester in those organs and lead to physical ailments associated with those organs. So we have different movements and different sounds that we're going to make, or we're not going to make. We're going to mouth them to help to release unresolved anger from the liver. So the word here is show. Like the show must go on, whoa, whoa, but without the W on the end, so show. And we're not going to say it loud, we're going to do show. Even less audible than that, it's just going to be mouthing the word. As you breathe out, and you can imagine you're breathing out from the liver. Your liver is here on your right side, your largest internal organ. Your liver is the only internal organ that if you remove a part, it will grow back. Your liver has over 500 functions inside your body. Your liver works that hard for you that it creates about 30% of the heat to the whole body. So we need to look after our liver. Okay, so the word here is show, and we have movements as well. The movements are, we're going to kind of raise the hands up, concentrating on the middle fingers and the center of the hand. So you can raise the middle fingers here if you want. And at the same time, we're going to grip the floor with the big toes. Okay, so let's first just relax the body down. So we've been through standing in a previous film. So if you you want more explanation or more more words on standing, then going back to the other film that I posted a few days ago. We're just standing, head up, pull back the ears, lifting through the head, floating through the head. Arms relaxed down by your side for the moment. Keep a small gap underneath your armpits at all times. Sink the chest, round the back, sink the ribs to fill the lower back. Bum stuck forwards, feels like it's hanging down. And you can do have more weight towards the rear of the feet. You can have a 70-30 weight distribution with the weight on the feet. A 50-50 divide of the weight between both legs. Okay, so just nice and upright. Breathing in, nice deep breath in. Feel the lower abdomen, the lower back expanding with the in-breath. Breathing out, contracting back with the out-breath. Breathe in. Breathe out really nice and slow. Just feel the body settling down. Then bring your hands up and just bring them forwards so the palms are facing in towards each other. You can have it down here, you can have it down to your height if you want to. Just down here, and I just want you to concentrate on the center of the hands, the Laogong points, the palaces of toil in the center of the hands, and the middle fingers. Just concentrate. Then breathe in. Raise your arms out to the sides. Turn the palms up, grip the floor with the big toes. Breathing in, concentrate on the center of the hands and the middle fingers. Then breathing out, relax the big toes, breathing out and make the word show. But less audible than that. And breathe in warm air out from your liver. Breathing in, grip the floor with the big toes. Raise the hands up, palms facing up. Concentrate on the middle fingers and on the center of the hands. Then breathing out, show. Breathing warm air out from your liver. Breathing in. Concentrating on the middle fingers and the center of the hands, gripping the floor with the big toes, breathing out. Breathing warm air out from your liver. Breathing, grip the floor with the big toes, raise the hands up, palms facing up, concentrate on the center of the hands and the middle finger. Breathing into the lower abdomen, breathing out. Relax the big toes, turn the hands over, breathing out. Mouth the word show. As you imagine you're breathing warm air out from the liver. Breathe in, grip the floor with the big toes. Concentrate on the middle fingers in the center of the hand. Breathing in. Breathing Breathing in, grip the floor with the big toes. Raising the hands up, concentrate on the centre of the hands. And the mid fingers, breathing out. Mouthing the word show as you breathe out. Imagine breathing warm air out from the liver. Breathing in. So do a minimum of 6. I don't tend to count how many repetitions I do, but if you do like to count, it helps to keep things in order then. Do repetitions of 3 or multiples of 3, so 3, 6, so 9, 12, but minimum of 6. Okay, so we'll move on to the next element. Okay, so the next element is the fire element. The fire element is associated with your heart. Okay, the heart is the place where we hold on to unexpressed joy, or we hold on to, this one is for expelling excess fire from the heart. So it's associated with joy, the emotion, and sometimes we can get a joy into a manic stage, and it can lead to palpitations, restlessness, insomnia. So this is a way of releasing excess fire from the heart. So the syllable here is her, like the female her, but without the R in the end, but it's not he, it's her. And again, we're going to be mouthing it, we're not going to make it audible, okay? So the move here, you don't grip the floor with the big toes. Okay, just keep your feet flat on the floor, but you're going to concentrate on your little fingers. You're going to extend your little fingers. My little finger on my right hand naturally extends anyway, because I broke this finger twice and I broke this knuckle, so when I'm not aware it sticks out anyway. So. But anyway, this is going to help in this one, so we're going to extend the little fingers out as much as we can. Okay, so it's going to be, just again, center yourself. A nice deep in-breath and a slow out-breath. Just go through your checklist. And you're just going to breathe in. And raise your hands up to the sides of the body. And extend the little fingers as much as you can. Get up to shoulder height here. Breathing out, relax the little fingers. Breathing out and do the and again, don't make it audible like that. Just and breathing in. Extend the little fingers up, so palms facing behind you, breathing out. And again, less audible than that. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing like fire energy out from your heart. Imagine hot fire coming out from your heart, steam, breathing in. Mouthing the word, making the shape with your mouth. You would just say the word, but not breathing out, but not breathing in here. Breathing out. Breathing out as you would when you say the word, but just mouthing it. And breathing out warm, hot air out from your heart. You don't have to rise and fall like I'm doing here. You can. It's good practice. You're training your legs as well. You don't have to rise and fall as much as I'm doing, but make sure it's not just arms. Little things being pulled up by a piece of string, breathing out. This also works the small intestines. In Chinese medicine, you have a yin and a yang organ. breathing in. Okay, so with the 5 elements you can have what's called a productive cycle or a destructive cycle. A destructive cycle is where the next element destroys the one that came before it. So if you have the fire element and you followed with the water element, water extinguishes fire unless it's a really big fire and a little bit of water. That's for a different film. Okay, that's a destructive cycle. Use it a lot. They use it for kind of for fever. If you have a fever, hot fire element, then you'd use cold water to extinguish that fire there. But we're gonna be feeding the organ, so we're gonna have a productive cycle. A productive cycle is where the next element is fed by the previous element. So we had wood, put wood onto a fire, the fire gets bigger. Okay, so we're doing a productive cycle here. So the next one in the cycle there, wood onto a fire. You burn wood, you get ash, so earth. So the earth element associated with your stomach and spleen, really. So this is the earth element. The earth element, as I said, associated with the stomach and the spleen, or more the spleen. Okay, the spleen is the place where we hold on to worry. Okay, worry, we really worry and we're holding on to it, and it festers inside the spleen, and it can really cause chronic fatigue, lack of appetite, poor digestion problems, loose movements. So this one is for ridding the body of worry. There's a lot of worry around. Okay, so this time you imagine you're breathing the warm air out from your spleen. Your spleen is around here. The spleen is the largest concentration of lymphatic tissue inside your body. So the word here is who, like an owl. Who. Okay, and when you say the word out, well, I'll get to that. Okay, so the center of your body. Breathe in. Raise your hands up to point the fingers towards each other. Breathing in, raise your hands up, palms facing up to this point, this acupressure point in between the nipples. Breathing in, then breathing out. Who. Breathing in. Breathing out. Who. Like you're blowing out a candle. Breathing in. Breathing out. So the out breath finishes as the arms are extended. Breathing in, turn them over. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing warm air out from the spleen. Make sure you're not curving in your lower back when you do this. Or sticking the chest out. Breathing in. Breathing out. We're not stretching here. Pretty much a rule of thumb for how much you should extend your body. You only go out to a maximum of about 70 or 80% of your maximum range of movement. In. Nice deep abdominal breath in, breathing out. We're just mouthing the word. Imagine you're breathing the word out from your spleen. So, and that was the earth element for the spleen. So the next element in a productive cycle is from the earth. You get metals in forms of ores and precious metals. So for the lungs, the metal element, the lungs, The emotion associated with this is sadness. So it's really good for breathing exercises for cold and flu prevention. Can't even help when you're in them. So elements associated with the lungs, like palpitations, things like that. So the sound here is hiss, but without the HI at the start. So, and again, you just mouth it. Okay, so breathing in. So you can point the palms towards each other. Breathing in, raise them up. So again, so the fingers pointing towards each other, palms facing up, raising to this acupuncture in between the nipples. Then breathing out, pushing out to the side. It's like you're pushing open lift doors. You're not locking out your arms. Give a slight bend in your arms and finish the exhalation and the sound or the syllable. And your hands reach here. So breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. And again, I'm rising and falling. Like you're pushing lift doors open. And finish the sound as you get down to here. Or the syllable, breathing in. If you get short of breath as we go through this, if you do have any lung problems, pause between the cycles. Again, this is good for strengthening the lungs, lung capacity, and good for if you do have cold or flu. Okay, so the next element is the water element in the productive cycle. So the water element associated with your kidneys in the lower back here. The emotion here is fear and anxiety festering there. So imagine breathing warm air out from the kidneys. So this one, feet are a little bit closer together than they have been in the last few exercises. Still keep the feet parallel. Be careful if you do have problems with the knees here. Don't go too low here. And be careful if you do have high blood pressure. If you do have high blood pressure or low blood pressure, probably skip this exercise out, or have a look at it and see if you risk having a go. Okay, that's my disclaimer on this one. Okay, so the word here is shui. So way with a CH at the start. And again, we're not going to simply saying it out loud. It's going to be. Try and keep as upright as you can as you go down into a full squat. Keep the knees in line with the toes. So it's just going to be. Breathe in. Raise the hands up to about navel height. And breathing out. And breathing in, coming up. Breathing out. And breathing, coming up. Breathing warm air out from the kidneys and the lower back. Breathing in. Coming up. And again, if you get out of breath, you can pause in between the cycles here. Take a few breaths. Drop the weight down through the Yongchen point in the center of the feet, which is acupressure point, kidney point number 1, in the very center of the feet. you feel that in the legs as well. So that's the water element. Fear and anxiety. For the kidneys, interestingly, we have the adrenal glands, which are on top of the kidneys, and we know the adrenal glands, they produce cortisol, the stress hormone inside the body. So the next element, okay, we're moving on to is for the triple warmer. Okay, so it's not a physical organ inside the body, so you don't have to imagine you're breathing out from any specific organ in this one. The word here is she. So you breathe out she, with a kind of make it like a little smile as you breathe out. And the movement is just like flapping your arms like a bird. If you do have a high blood pressure or heart problems here, don't raise the arms up too high. So breathing in. Make sure you're not sticking the chest or the ribs out or curving in the lower back. And breathing out, she. And that's smile, but not as audible as I just did it. Breathing in. As you're going through this, you can concentrate on this space in between your eyebrows and this one in between the nipples here. Okay, this one, and on all of them you can concentrate on these, this area between these two. Breathing in. You can do more repetitions on this one if you want to. It's like a nice cool down at the end. All the syllables. Okay, so that's the 6 syllables. So if you are weak, fatigued here, you can do just the sounds. The show, her, who, his, sway, or shui, and she. You can do them sat down on the edge of a stool or a chair, nice and upright there. You can do the arm movements or just do the syllables. So they are fire, water, wood, earth, and metal, and secondary fire, and they are show, her, who, his, shui, and she. So get yourself a drink of water, have a bit of a chill out, and bye for now. See you in the next film.